Hey, I am Gokui, and the show starts now. This is Absolute Cinema!
Goku is imprisoned by the gods of destruction from the past. Goku's true power can be sealed. What is happening? Planet Beerus. Goku had carried out his training alongside Beerus and Whis for 2 years in a row, while Gohan and Vegeta carried out their training directly in the time chamber. The Z warriors were no longer the same until the moment Beerus says, "Goku, let's see what will happen. Looks like you're finally ready." Goku watches and speaks. "What are you talking about, Sir Beerus? I'm ready for what? I'm sure that now I manage to get much stronger. No matter what enemy comes to fight me, I'll be victorious." "But what do you mean by that? Now am I ready?" At that moment, Beerus says, "The real threat will arrive now, and you will be Goku's target for sure." Alright partner, why don't you whack that like button if you're enjoying the video and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any videos and stay connected to our entire universe of the Z Warriors. Without further ado, let's get back to the point. Planet Beerus. The moon seemed to be in a controversial direction. Whis says, "It seems that within this galaxy we are seeing a full moon, which is quite complex since on the planet Beerus the moon couldn't stay that way. It is said that when the moon is like this, the constellations end up crossing each other, and that is when the celestial gate can be opened. I think the real enemies are close to arrive." At that moment, Goku didn't understand anything that was happening. Goku says, "Mr. Whis, I managed to master the full Ultra Instinct now, and you told me that after I managed to show this transformation, no one else would be able to defeat me. So it doesn't make sense that some threat can stop me now." Whis responds, "Lord Goku, you are quite powerful indeed, but here we are talking about enemies who fought in the past and caused great problems even for Zeno-sama. You may have remembered that Sir Beerus once said that in the old days Zeno-sama's powers were much greater, but for a certain reason they had to be sealed when the 18 of the universes that existed were attacked and 6 ended up having to be erased. These 6 universes were considered to be the most powerful universes where the gods of destruction had great battle ability. So here we will be able to really understand which enemies will appear. Mr. Beerus knows them very well." At that moment, Beerus begins to observe and says, "Goku, I need you to fight me now." Goku doesn't understand why Beerus is challenging him. Goku says, "But why this now, Sir Beerus? And I don't need to test my powers. After all, Vegeta learned his full training using Ultra Ego, so it doesn't make much sense for me to end up showing something like that. Come on, let's take it easy." At that moment, Beerus starts attacking Goku. Goku dodges with his Ultra Instinct and Beerus activates his Ultra Ego form. Goku starts to smile and says, "I don't know what you're planning, Sir Beerus, but if you really want to fight, then come on." At that moment, Goku activates his second stage of Ultra Instinct, which makes Whis smile and be impressed by the skill that Goku is showing. Goku starts to land several blows on Beerus. Beerus starts laughing and says, "Well done, Goku. It means that you are managing to fight on an equal footing with me. But what would you say if you had to fight toe-to-toe with all my race, the true warrior race?" Goku is startled and receives a blow from Beerus. Goku deactivates his transformation and says, "What are you talking about, Sir Beerus? An entire race of powerful beings like you? That would be crazy. In fact, if we stop to think about it, it would be something more complicated than even fighting the entire race of Saiyans. That couldn't happen." Whis starts laughing and says, "This is the 1000th year after the sealing of the 6 gods of destruction. Surely the 6 gods of destruction are alongside the 6 angels that existed in these universes. For some reason, the moon is in a totally different shape. They will come back. One of those universes that was erased by Zeno-sama was the universe of Lord Beerus himself. Goku is startled and says, "But how could this have happened? Is Sir Beerus not of this universe?" Whis continues talking. In Lord Beerus's universe, the race of beings was the warrior race. Mr. Beerus was a prodigy being, but his father and his brother, others of his brothers were extremely powerful and were regarded as beings that could end up destroying anyone. But other than that, still the angels and the other gods of destruction possessed astronomical fighting power that maybe if they were combined, the powers of all these 6 universes could have more strength even than the High Priest and all other beings that existed there. We will need to analyze everything and understand the situation. Can you pay enough attention to this, Mr. Goku? A new battle may indeed be appearing and being created right now. An explosion on the planet Beerus occurs. Everyone is scared. An evil being appears within the planet Beerus. Beerus is startled and speaks. "Looks like it went the same way I thought. So that means you managed to get here before I thought." Beerus seemed to know the mysterious being. At that moment, Goku says, "Who is this guy?" The unknown being begins to laugh, and in a few moments in the palace of Zeno-sama, the great priest is faced with the angels and the gods of destruction from the past. A new battle begins. Planet Earth. Gohan and Vegeta leave the time room. Gohan, after reaching his final form too, and Vegeta having mastered the Ultra Ego, feel a great energy. Vegeta says,
"Hey, son of Kakarot, you really are showing extremely high skills. It amazes me. But still, you haven't gotten over me."
Gohan starts laughing and says, "Don't count so much advantage, Sir Vegeta. I managed to show extremely high powers. I'm sure if you had fought Cell Max, you wouldn't have been able to defeat him so easily. Don't discredit my powers. Every time I can get stronger. After all, I am the prodigy of Universe 7. Gohan and Vegeta sense a beam of energy light years away from Earth. Gohan says, "You notice this energy comes from the planet Beerus, and it's definitely not my father." Vegeta begins to analyze.
"It's happening with Kakarot. It's not making much sense. It looks like some other battle is being created here. We'll have to analyze."
Planet Beerus. Beerus is thrown away by the unknown presence. The unknown presence, he says,
"Beerus, we have no problem with you here. Our problem is directly with this Saiyan. You without your race completely, you are nothing. You are just a powerful being. But the race of this Saiyan is a little more complicated, because we have several Saiyans existing here in the world. In all the analysis that your Majesty carried out, we could see that the being that was most powerful among all was Son Goku. So I have a mission to capture him. I think you better not want to do anything about it."
At that moment, Goku starts to laugh and says, "It won't stay that way. I won't let you capture me. I'm going to end you here now." Goku begins to fight with the unknown presence. The unknown being starts to dodge and says,
"I already said, this is the beginning of a war, and in a war, the fair does not always win."
Goku doesn't understand what was happening. A dark energy surges over his body and makes him lose all his energies. Beerus, weakened for some reason, says,
"We have fallen into the enemy's trap. You planned all this, didn't you? Was this your trap?"
Goku loses his Ultra Instinct form and his body is sealed away. The unknown being says,
"Good. Now we'll have to take Son Goku directly to another galaxy. If you want Son Goku back, they will have to enter this new celestial war. Your Majesty is already setting accounts with the great priest. I hope you are lucky, my good friend Beerus."
Beerus says,
"It seems that we are now in a life or death situation for all universes.
Two presences appear on the planet Beerus. Gohan and Vegeta arrive on planet Beerus via Vegeta's teleportation. Gohan says, "What happened to my father?" Vegeta speaks,
Where is Kakarot? I felt his energy moments ago, and now it's gone.
Beerus responds,
We have a big problem. A new war is starting, and Goku has been captured. We have fallen into the enemy's trap.
Gohan gets angry and speaks up. "That will not remain like this. No matter what, we will bring my father back." Vegeta starts laughing and says,
A being that managed to capture Kakarot. This is amazing. Now I can show my superiority and my true Saiyan instinct.
Whis watches and speaks. "These Saiyans don't get along. As complicated as the situation is, they just want to show that they are more powerful." Beerus is forced to eliminate his entire race to save and bring balance to all universes. After the events have occurred and Goku is going through various complications, Goku is sealed away in an empty dimension by the gods of the past. Beerus on his planet starts talking to Whis, Gohan and Vegeta. Gohan wonders, "Who captured my father? My father became much more powerful. He is much stronger than before. How could this have happened?" Vegeta says,
Surely it is some being that has some kind of trick to have managed to do this. If we stop to think, several celestial beings keep appearing and wanting to destroy everything. Surely things can get more intense in the course of all this.
At that moment, Vegeta observes and speaks.
But apparently, Mr. Beerus and Mr. Whis know all the things that are going on.
Beerus says,
Well, I think you are Saiyans and are considered the warrior race that is the most powerful in this universe. They are considered to be those beings who possess the most intriguing power. But the big problem is that you don't know my race, the race of destruction cats.
Gohan and Vegeta watch and say,
What? Are you saying that you guys have something to do with what happened?
Beerus says,
Before you think about making any decisions, I will need to tell you everything that happened in the past. For you to have a sense of gravity and everything that is at risk before entering the battlefield. The true heavenly war. The real battle that ended up causing major complications in several races.
Gohan and Vegeta are watching next to Whis. Millennia ago, Universe 15. The planet of the destructive cats. Beerus was next to his entire family. His race was very powerful. There was always a kind of tournament where everyone trained to see who would be the most powerful destruction cat. At that time, Beerus was talking to his father.
I will be the strongest of all. Nobody will be able to defeat me. I will show my real strength, and you will understand why I will emerge victorious in this tournament.
Beerus since was a little prodigy of his race. Several other warriors of Beerus's race showed a great performance, and we could see that the fights became more and more intriguing. Beerus during several tournaments was defeated. His own father, who was the king of the planet of destruction cats, showed a much higher performance. Until the moment when his father had very intriguing questions and said,
Beerus, one day we will end up with everyone, unlike Saiyans from Universe 7 or other beings from any other universe. We have much more powers than any of them. We can end everything at any time. We can make this all different and dominate even those other heavenly beings. I'm sure that many other universes, even the other gods of destruction, want to rebel against other celestial beings as well. But still, what worries me is if we don't. Perhaps another war could be created because we have the greatest power. They would never accept that beings like the cats of destruction, as well as the cold demons of Frieza's race, would be considered such powerful beings. They don't accept it. We know that the supreme entity is the great priest. We can become the targets. Can you understand that, Beerus? You can see that our race, being considered the most powerful of all the universes, can be decimated by a celestial being that with just one attack can erase any universe. Or even a horde of angels can want to destroy us. We need to resolve this.
These were the ideals and thoughts of the king of the planet of Doomcats. Beerus's race, as powerful as it was, held an ideal that it could not be subjected to or questioned by any other race. Beerus grew up and matured, and from hearing so much about the issues of destruction, Beerus started to get more and more powerful, until the moment he learned the techniques of destruction like Hakai. What impressed several other gods, little by little, Beerus was gaining the fame of the Destroyer Cat due to several planets that defeated enemies at the behest of his father, the king of the planet of the Cats of Destruction. But he always wondered if this role was right. Until that moment, Beerus's father says,
Beerus, you must become the strongest being, and with that we will eliminate all other beings, and then we will go after the celestial entities.
Time passed and a new tournament on the planet of the Cats of Destruction took place. Beerus emerged victorious. Beerus says,
Each time I manage to become more powerful, it seems that my energy is now capable of finishing anyone. Does that mean then that this is the power of destruction? But according to all the knowledge I have, I really need to bring balance, and the way you want to do it is wrong. You want to end everything and everyone just to show supremacy. That is not the true power of a god of destruction. A destroyer must cause equilibrium so that further losses do not occur. Death is a path for everyone, but only a god can choose or let free will make mortals do their thing. At that moment, some mortals would want to attack the gods. This is not right.
At that instance, Beerus's father and Beerus's race begin to turn against him. A great war begins. Beerus says,
I don't want to hurt any of you. This cannot happen. Please stop.
At that moment, Beerus's father says that he will destroy all other planets, and that Beerus, willingly or unwillingly, will end all the other existences, and that the end is near. At that moment, a huge explosion happens directly on the planet of the Cats of Destruction. Beerus starts crying. The Hakai's position is made. After the Hakai is performed, the entire planet of the Destroyer Cats and the entire race of Beerus is destroyed by Beerus. Beerus goes to Zeno-sama's palace. The great priest appears in front of him. To what do we owe his presence here, boy? What do you want to do? At that moment, Beerus says,
I feel like I've been chosen as the destroyer. I am the true god of destruction and the strongest. I need you to elect me as the most powerful god of destruction.
The great priest starts to smile and says, If what you say is really true, you will have to prove that you will bring balance. I could see that the breed of destruction cats no longer exists. You are quite ruthless, a being who had the courage to eliminate his own race. Could he bring balance? Do you really think about bringing balance to the world? But have you ever wondered that there are other races that also think the same thing? If you don't do something about them, or if a god of destruction doesn't do something about them, the other universes are in danger. So now you have a task, Beerus. Destroy all other beings that want to end the universal imbalance. Back to the current moments. Gohan asks, "So that's how you became the god of destruction?" Whis watches and speaks. "A few more things happened, but what you need to know is that after millennia, from what we can tell, the entire race of Beerus is back, and now they want revenge on all the gods of the past. The question is, how was it possible for them to return?" Beerus makes a serious frown on his face and says,
I know all too well how they behave in battle. They never learn. I had specific reasons for doing what I did. This time, it won't be at the Hakai base. We will fight to the end in hand-to-hand combat.
To be continued. Alright, my partner. It seems that things are now going to get much more intriguing within these battles. Regardless of what it is, it's more than important that you share your thoughts down in the comments below so that we can get into a crazy debate. Click on the like button and subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any more videos. That's all there is to it, and I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.
This is so much fun!